Evening. We begin tonight with an ABC 12 update. A Shiawassee County man could spend up to 50 years in prison for the overdose death of his infant son. This is a story we have been following since February 2022.
And it comes nearly a month after the infant's mother was sentenced to 10 to 30 years in prison. Our David Bannister was in court when Judge Matthew Stewart handed down the sentence.
Just 3 weeks after Jennifer Kincaid was sentenced for the death of her one-year-old son, her boyfriend, 47-year-old David Bannister, was in court receiving a similar fate.
But I hope, Mr. Bannister, that you spend the rest of your life trying to reconcile those facts. Because Mr. Kerner is right. You are the only one who knows what happened.
In February 2022, police responded to Bannister's home where they found one-year-old David Jr. unresponsive. An autopsy uncovered that he died from an acute fentanyl overdose. The prosecutor claims that Bannister and Kincaid were using drugs inside the home and that Bannister was selling them there. He was convicted in February of last year for delivering narcotics. But even in court today, Bannister was adamant the drugs were not his.
I did not bring drugs in the home, and I did not use drugs in the home. Everything else that he said was true, and I can't bring back my son.
Bannister pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter as well as a felony firearm charge, showing remorse and admitting in court that it was a case of gross negligence. But the judge struggled to reconcile Bannister's statements with the facts of the case.
You want to tell me that you didn't have any drugs in the house when you had no idea how they got to him, when you were dealing the drugs just before and just after he died?
You know, I do have honor and integrity, and I don't lie. Everything that I've said in this court is factual. That's all I have to say.
As we mentioned, Kincaid, the mother of that one-year-old, received 10 to 30 years in prison. We're told that the twin sister of the victim was placed into foster care after the boy's death. In Corunna, David Bannister, ABC 12 News.